Hi, this is How to Play Idaho on Piano by Nerina Pallot Part 2. If you've now worked through Part 1, you will have done the first part of the introduction. I've got the chords here. There's 4 chords, basically. There's a 4-chord sequence. The first part of the introduction, which you've done now, is the first 2 chords. So you're now going to go on to the second 2 chords, the C and the G. By the time you finish the second part, you'll then have finished those 4 chords. The actual riff plays this through twice. So then the third and the fourth parts will deal with this half and this half again, with the second half of the riff. And then so work through this one now, and this will take you to the end of this chord sequence, and it's a really nice place to get to, and then you can start working on the second half.
Okay, so let me just quickly play over the first part for you again. So that's what we've done so far. I'm putting the pedal down on each new chord. So the pedal goes down for the first one, and then the pedal goes down again just after you've put the note down. So as soon as you've got, then you release and put the pedal down again. That's very complicated. That actually usually comes after a few years of playing, just learning to get that pedal just after the new chord. For if you're struggling with that, just go put the pedal down again with that B flat. Anyway, that's enough about the pedal. Second part now. Basically, you're going to go to this template again. We're going to be doing a C. So now we're going to be doing, these are your 2 notes for the C, okay? So it's a C5 in this hand, which we worked on at the beginning. So it's This is identical to the first section, but this time we're just using a C. So instead of the beginning was, now we're going to be doing the same with a C. So it's just, instead of a D, we're doing a C in that hand. So it's, okay, we're going to go up to 3. We'll deal with this index finger in a second. So let's work on this together. So if you do play this with me, just get ready on those C notes, and it's the same 2 notes up the top, okay? So it's 1, 3, and 1. Whoops, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so 3 and little finger, thumb, index finger, thumb, middle finger. Okay, so 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. It's identical to the beginning, so you shouldn't have any trouble with it. Okay, so except for the C now, so the D. So 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, that's that done. The last chord is a G. Okay, so we did this, in the practice at the beginning. However, just like with the other one, with the B flat, we're going to be going like that, basically. So that's your 2 notes, G and D, but it's going to be going index, little finger. Okay, and that is the index finger there. So this is the D that you're going to have to put in. You've just gone, the D that you're putting in is just next to the little finger you've just played, so it's quite easy to find. So it's going to go, then the index finger goes in just next to the C, okay? That's that index finger there. So putting that together, it's 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, index finger and on the D there, okay? Let's do that together. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay, one more time, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay. Then we're going down to a G for this last section. Now actually I've got this here. That's the last section. I'm going to move that over there, cover up the other one a little bit. That's your last section there, okay? So you've just gone... this is the last section. I've stretched it right out because it's basically... Yeah, we've got more space on the page. So it's... now we're going to a G here. This is now a G, but just like with the B flat, we're going to be doing octave Gs now. Instead of that's just the leading note, index, and then it's little thumb, thumb, like that. Little finger on the G, thumb on the G, an octave higher. Let's just try the left hand on its own. Remember, nothing is going to be played on the 2. So it's little finger, thumb, nothing, thumb. So 1 and 2 and. The thumb goes on the and. Let's try it together. So 3 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, let's do it again. 3 and 1 and 2 and. Alright? This hand. Nice and easy. All on the beat. For these 3 notes. So you've got. So it was. Now the tune for this is very simple. It's all on the beat. You're going to go. And it's all on the beat. So it's 1, 2, 3. I've written middle finger, ring finger, and index finger. So it's E, F, D. Like that. See that there? Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can't really make that much simpler. Putting that together, pretty simple really. Going with the G's. Okay, you ready? Let's try this together. 3 and... Oh, okay, this is... Okay, so the one thing here is the middle finger goes together for once. Usually it's... Yeah, usually we don't start until further in the bar, but now you've got to actually put the middle finger on at the same time as the G in the left hand, so it's like that, okay? So it goes 3 and 1, and they go together. 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay? So it's together, little finger and middle finger there, okay? So ready? 1 and 2 and 3. Pretty simple really, isn't it? It's only complicated because you're doing these together. That's the complication. In fact, let's just do that together. So 3 and 1 and. Let's do it again. 3 and 1 and. So you see just doing little and then thumb, yeah? 3 and together, 1 and. Okay, let's try this again now. So 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? Finishing on the and, this is now actually 2 notes you've got to fit in on the and. Usually, yeah, you'd only have 1 note on the and, but you've got these are 2 quick notes leading into the second section. There's basically 2 halves to this riff. You've now learnt, once you finish this bit, the first half. Okay? Second half uses the same 4 chords, just has a different riff at the top. Yeah, so anyway, just finishing, so you go, so it's 1, 2, 1, so 1 and 2 and 3, and on the and you go like that, okay, D, E, so it's index finger and middle finger, so do that, let's just work on the right hand, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and, like that, okay, so 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. One more time. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Alright? Putting that with the left hand, it goes, just G's here. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay? 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. One more time. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Done. Alright? Oh, perfect. 10 minutes. That's how long I want a part to be, so we haven't overshot this time. Putting that all together. So basically, we may as well just try that all right through now. Just break it all into pieces. Get each section. Don't try putting it all together until each section is perfect, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go there, then there, and then there, and then there. Okay? So it's duh, 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 and duh. So that's not in the second time through. It's probably going to be a bit complicated trying it all together now. Get all the components together and then try it all together. We're going to go right through. There, 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 there. You ready? It's going to be complicated. You need to get each section perfect before you try this, alright? So 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Whoops, I shouldn't have pointed, right. Don't forget the chords. You probably won't be able to see them. But I'll put them, I don't know. It's probably a waste of space, actually. So, right, let's try it together. 3 and going right from here, basically. Just checking that's all in view. Yep. Okay, so going right from here. 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 1 and 2 and 3 and okay, so let's try it all again. So ready? 3 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and that bit's really hard because it kind of destroys the flow. I don't know whether we tried both of them together. Let's try them together. 3. So we're going from C. So 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and that's a difficult switch. Let's just go to maybe there or something. You ready? So go from the C. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I just work on that. That's where you want to get to, really. That's the complicated bit. So 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 link and then together. I shouldn't have interrupted that. 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. That's what you're trying to get to. Let's try that again. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Keep doing that. Once you've got that, you should be able to do the rest. Let's try it to the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and same story, just practice it over and over and over, piece by piece, every day. As long as you do it slowly and accurately, if you repeat it 1,000 times, you will find that it gets faster and faster and you can do it at full speed. Don't try and push it to full speed before it's ready, or you just learn mistakes. If you ever want to learn to play this properly, then make sure you keep it slow enough that you don't make any mistakes and just play it hundreds and hundreds of times. It's worth the work. I think I played this a hell of a lot before I got up to speed, and it's worth the work. Every time I play this, people are amazed by it. Seems kind of simple now, I've learned it, but I'm sure I remember at the time it was really hard. So just put the hours in, keep it slow. Don't try and speed it up until you've played it enough times that you can speed it up without making any mistakes. So it's going to sound like this. One more time. Not play perfectly because I'm kind of struggling because I've got this camera stand on one side and mic stand on the other side and not really. One more time. Anyway, that'll do for now. So that takes you to the end of the first section, and then let's go back to the chords. Where are the chords? There we go. So you've done all of that first time round. Second time round, you have a different riff, and then you're done. Okay, so you're halfway through now. Move on to the next bit, part 3, and we'll get on to the next bit. Hopefully it'll be a bit easier now you've got all this done. I think it will be. It's got a bit more of a consistent pattern, I think. Left hand, I think, is the same. So yeah, go on to part 3, and I hope you're enjoying it, and it's not too complicated. It is a bit complicated, I admit, but I've really tried to break it down for you, so I hope it's all right. On to part 3.